guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, Episode 2, brought to you by themancavecinema.ca. Today I think I'll be talking about Atari games that I didn't know were so cool, well, or fun, or any of that stuff. I really just didn't know when I was a kid, so I thought I'd bring it up and show a little bit of gameplay, talk a little bit about what I think is cool about them. So the first one I'm going to be talking about, showing you, is Stampede. This one, I kind of found out about it through a few other video YouTube channels, and I went out well, actually I downloaded the emulator first and tried it out and thought, hey, this game's actually cool. You know, this is a game I probably would have passed off and went, hey, it's about roping horses, who cares, you know? And that was a mistake, or that would have been a mistake if I would have heard about this game in the past. And the other one that I didn't realize was cool until I started to actually understand it was Adventure. I know it's probably backwards here, but this game is pretty much I don't know if you want to call it the precursor to the Zelda-style games, the RPG-style games. Any of you Atari fans probably know this game inside and out. As some of you might know, I'm an Intellivision person myself. I grew up with an Intellivision. I didn't get an Atari until much later. And so, you know, finding these games is actually pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm going to be running through some of this stuff and kind of giving it a go at it. And, you know, I'm not the best at either one of these. I'm not going to say I'm like, I rock at these games. You know, Stampede is kind of hard. Adventure just takes a lot of memorization. But it's a fun game, so, you know, I just want to give these two a whirl. So let's see what happens. Okay, on to the first game. This is Stampede. So the object of this game is to capture these cattle that are running by. What you really have to focus on is not allowing them to pass by you. Every time they do, you lose a point. Once you lose, I think it's the 3 points, you're out. Now the hard part is keeping up with the speed of them, because some of them move at different speeds. And from what I gather, every time you catch two of these brown ones, which are higher points, a black one will appear, and he doesn't move. So if you do not catch him, you lose one right there, right off the bat. And as this game gets faster and faster, those black cattle just keep showing up and showing up. As you can see, I kind of suck at this. But I'm also trying to play and talk at the same time, which is not easy. This game does require some concentration. It does require some kind of strategy. You kind of have to decide. Do you want to go for all the ones in the front? Do you want to bump them ahead? As you see, I just bumped this guy. It's kind of fun. You know, trying different styles. One thing to note is I do play this on the train when I'm coming home, and on my cell phone, and it's very hard on a touchscreen. Like, if you've played any of these type of games where you have to try and catch things like Kaboom or anything where it's this style of game and you're trying to play it on a touchscreen, good luck with that, because it's so frustrating. Like, I'm using a joystick, and this is so easy. I mean, well, it's not easy, but it's easier than when I'm on the touchscreen. I feel like I can't get anywhere. Actually, not doing too bad right now, but I mean, this, see, right there, he just appeared out of nowhere. I just lost my focus, and boom, I'm dead. But, you know, it's a cool game. I really suggest you pick this one up if you have an Atari. Alright, this is Adventure. Unfortunately, these Atari games are before they had title screens, so there really isn't anything to show on the first screen. But what they do is they give you a level selector, so you could pick 1, 2, or 3, so you can, here, I'll just, oops, sorry, wrong switch. I can just, well, there we go. I'm pushing the wrong buttons all over the place here. So we got 1, 2, and 3. They're all different variants of the game. So 1 is obviously the easiest. 2, it's a little bit harder. The maze is bigger. And then 3, it's even harder. So we're going to go on the first one just to give a quick rundown of how this game works. So you see this is well, you have to use your imagination. It's very blocky. Some people love the blockiness. I love the blockiness. You get to use your imagination, whereas other games, it's all there for you. So this little square guy, he's running around. He grabs the key. And you can go into the castle. You have to drop the key. Get your little weapon. And it's very much like a Zelda-style game where you're wandering around. And this is what amazed me about it, because I honestly did not know the Atari had anything close or even remotely close to a Zelda-style game. So obviously when I first got this game and I plugged it in, I'm like, what is this all about? I was like, whoa, this is an Atari game? I mean, sure, the graphics are you know, whatever. And you're going to say, okay, well, it's just a square and there's no Link there. But you know, this isn't this. You have to be fair though. This is like in the 70s here. This isn't Nintendo in the 1980s. Like this is much older, and you got to appreciate this stuff because this probably paved the way for games like Zelda. So you got to be really appreciative, and even just the blocky graphics themselves, I think they look kind of cool. But anyways, you wander around this maze. I do find it, due to the graphics, the maze is a little bit tricky to memorize. And it sometimes feels like it's not even connecting properly. But that could just be me and my bad direction. So I'm going to go and grab that key. I'm going to go to the Black Castle. Oh, magnet. And you saw in there's this guy. So obviously the object here is to grab that chalice. And I'm being chased by a ducky-looking dragon guy, which a lot of people make fun of. And now I gotta keep running. Oh, I'm terrible at this game. But at least I admit I'm terrible at this game. I'm not gonna pretend I'm good at it. But I'm being eaten alive here. So the point is, I have to get that chalice back to home base where I started. That's pretty cool for an Atari game. I mean, it doesn't really have a score system. It doesn't have a purpose beyond that. Your goal is simple. You get the chalice, you bring it back. But that's simplicity, and I like simplicity. So, you know, again, these are just games that when I picked them up, I didn't realize how good they were, how much fun they were until I started playing. So hopefully we can find some more treasures, and we can talk about some other games later. Talk to you then.